Fellas, back with game 2 of this best of 3. We're still on Alliance of Defiance, but in the south this time. Brit with Royal Artillery, Mobile Assault and Lend-Lease, and with the Soviet straight away locking into airborne troops. And we're seeing 2 conscripts built immediately and sending his engineers there to go cap the munitions straight away. So completely different from last time. We're not seeing tech built from either player straight away, and a Vickers is going to be on the first to build from the Brit, who is locking into Lend-Lease. So the machine gun makes sense if he's going to be bringing out any of these assault infantry straight away. There we go. And in the north, building infantry company is Austere with strategic reserves. So good matchup against Lend-Lease, almost the exact counter to the early game aggression is also early game aggression, but he built his tech. So I'd like to see a sniper, honestly. Sniper against the assault section matches up quite well, because you can plink away from a distance and they can't do anything if they get toast. Thompson's long range, not very good. And with him, OKW with Special Operations, Fear Storm, and Grand Offensive. So I thought we were going to see a Royal RT plus ISU 152 build from the Allies, but apparently not. Points capped here, but he's staying long range against the engineers here. That's just move up and they can't do anything. And he's got folks. Okay, so he's probably got his attention on this engagement here in the north, and we the same sort of aggression that we saw last time. So we got pressure on Dutch with these conscripts, and they're really pushing him back. Oof, ooh, that's costly in the early game. And the Stern Pioneers engage at low health, so not a good start. We've got Assault Grens waiting in ambush, machine gun coming out, and good to see we've got a snaring squad in the early game. So against Brits, you do have to be worried about a universal carrier coming out when you've only got Assault Grens, because obviously you don't get a Faust. But look at this map control from the Allies in the early game yet again. Just no areas allowed for the Axis. This is good aggression from the Allied team here. We saw in the last game just deny resources, and the bleed means that they can't get any tech. Speaking of tech, Pioneers waiting in base. We don't have Phase 1 yet, but running headfirst into a Vickers there with the Assault Grens. I think that's the opposite of what you want to do with them.
We are losing a sector.
Mine going down. That's good. There weren't enough mines in the last game for my liking. I do love a good mine. Just trying to pretend that he didn't plant that. Just showing that they were there. Not upgraded with the Thompsons yet, so they are going to lose out to these Assault Grens, but that Vickers is going to shut that down. And look how low the health is. Without the usual infantry sections, you don't get many squads to upgrade of healing. Where is this? Back at base. But no tech. Yet. So, plenty of fuel again in the bank. But he's going to pump it all into team weapons. So we've got 2 MGs and a mortar. to just completely lock this side down. It's a good idea against assault grunts. It's just allow them no avenues to flank through, and you're fine. But he's gonna feel the lack of healing because you can't upgrade.
Work to construct a new platoon command post is finished.
There we go. But he's had so much idle time from his squads, just sat back in base because they can't heal yet. This SVT squad's doing damage, but I think this one wants to go home. No, the waiting to bait, bring the other squad up, and that's going to be double fuel for the allies again, and a triple cap. So, are we going to see another ace game? We got tier 2 building now, so what was going to be getting out as this, but I think that's not what he's going for. He's building tier 2 to get down tier 3, hopefully. Oh, okay. So he's going to crew with the Maxim. Hang on. It's 21. 20. It's cheaper to upgrade with the conscripts. I think that's the one faction where it's cheaper to upgrade to crew weapons with the mainline infantry than it is to do it with the engineers. But yeah, we're seeing so much fuel float. Just get a T-70 out, bro. They got nothing. It's going to be a an ISG for the OKW. Molotovs. Molotovs and SVTs against unupgraded folks. Not even vetted, but I mean, that's 3v1, so he's going to get out. And we're... the totally not paratroopers insurgent squad here. Coming out of this little shed. Capping on the munitions, so that's gonna hinder the upgrades for the OKW, but we're seeing this again. What's with building the tech structure so close to your base? That's just gonna bump. If I see mechanized after this, I'm gonna flip. He built a league. Was this? I think that was the first thing he built. So did he build tier 1 for a league? I'm not sure, and also he's got incredible. Okay, so we got Firestorm dropped from the OKW. The MP4 is yet, so he's not telegraphing why he's done that. Don't do it. Bro, don't do it. Bro, you got no fuel income at all, please. Please. Don't do it. Nothing else matters in this game. If this truck goes to a mechanized, then that's just... Alright, well, I'll keep an eye on the that bottom right corner there. And yeah, the powerhouse is SVTs. He's gone for a 3 conscript, which is not normally you see 4 conscripts with SVTs, and obviously a sweeper, but the munitions income for the Axis is not, again, it's not been enough to be able to plant mines.
The territory is out of contact.
And we've got the first tank of the game. This 10-minute 2-2-2. So it's about 6 to 5 minutes too late. But what's he up against? He's up against the Bofers.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
So as long as they don't run into that, I think it's gonna dominate for just a wee bit. Using it passively is a mistake, I think. And there's well, you come down this avenue, and that's these two team weapons forced off at least.
Your forces have constructed a company command post.
Use these engineers to build a Bofors, but he's not done anything more. You got mortar for both the allies, but it's leaving them in base. And this is what I mean with the bumping. There's a squad right there, but they have to go all the way around. Finally taking the munitions back. And we're nearly there. It's been a slow trickle from the allies, and they know they're against double fuel. I mean, when they played allies, we did see a 85 variant at like 30 minutes, but oh, oh, thank God. Whew. Okay, it's a very dangerous position though. Very dangerous. I'm not comfortable with that at all, but he's using it to defend his league, which is doing work. Look at that. White goes down. What's he been spending his... Pardon me, indeed. Yeah, the league, when it hits, it hits. And here comes the T-34. And has this done anything? I think it's fired at a plane. AFK? No. I'm getting out some obers.
We are at 200 points.
I don't think obers is going to help you much against a T-34. We got anything from... No, but we do have an anti-tank gun. Bro, what's an anti-tank gun going to do that a Comet can't do? You know? No, put that manpower into a cache and then you could just pump out. And so when they were... So late game 2-2-2 is going to get involved now, maybe. Here it comes. Late game 2-2-2 versus T-34. So it doesn't even have the oh, bleep. Okay, there you go. Oh, that's just vicious. Oh, that's just vicious. A bit of body blocking with the tank. Running gun with the SVTs, come on. Is that... Hasn't been upgraded with Panzer authorization yet, so this is going to be... Could just send everything forward here. Mass AT grenade on the... Yeah, he's hiding his... There you go, he's realised. Here comes the rocket run. Doesn't do much against anything. It had a. It used to do a lot of damage against anything. It has a set damage profile, but now
Contact!
I
Enemy
wouldn't.
infantry! 100 points remain. Reorganize the assault. Grenadiers ready!
A cannon would be a good idea. Just stick around.
Howitzers are pinpointing
Just stick
the enemy
around.
and are prepared to saturate them with fire.
90 fuel is 2 minutes and a bit for you, but 60 fuel is all they've got.
Panzergruppe command has been lost.
There you go.
Dispatching a mobile HQ vehicle.
That's a
We are down
disappointment.
to 75 points.
It hasn't even escalated to battle phase 2. No pack gun though yet. You know, this is such an easy target. He's hiding behind the boxes, but I'll protect him from one shot maybe. He's got a mortar as well. Does he even know about the Bofors? Yes, he does. It's got 1 kill. Ambush Molotov. Misses. Gets out. And we've got the first push off onto the fuel from the Axis in a very long time. But he's just gonna sit behind the barrels next to it for now. Hasn't quite realised. Doesn't want the fuel. Doesn't want the fuel income at all. We do have a racket now. And here comes a comet after the half track. Which is curious. Hang on. Yeah, it's 240 manpower. If you're just going to use it to reinforce, just build a forward assembly. It's only 200 manpower, and then he can make that healing as well, because that's what he's lacking at the moment. He's got no healing squads. Oof. Kills more of his killed more of his own infantry than he did with the enemies there. And he's running right into the machine gun though. Didn't quite notice it. But he's gonna cool down the planes on it. This doesn't do much damage, but it might. Yeah, there you go. Forces it off. Scary. But I think that's just a. Oof. Is that the League again? Jesus, 10 kills already. Okay. But yeah, that's a bit of a bit of a lack of awareness there from the commanders, because there's no off maps that the Brits could call down. There's no off maps that the Soviets could call down. They're severely lacking in anything that's anti-infantry in terms of red smoke. So you know, that's all that. Well, it's dead now, but that's all that the.
Sturmovik close air support is available. We have nearly won.
That's all that flyby really is. It's a bit of fake flares. So there's your. Okay, it looked like the flag emplacements there are the things that decreed that league for it. Well, we've got a little bit of a tour going on. I'll go for the crush. Go for the crush. Okay, no crush. Just content to get a mortar model before the end of the match. So that's that. The hang on. No, not that one. Okay, it did shoot at some infantry at some point. That's good to see. But well, you can see from the veterancy up in the top line, the only thing that really did any work here was the mortar. Machine gun got burst off, and one of the assault grenadiers did some work, but quite disappointing here. He has teched up, but with this level of fuel income, it's almost not worth doing, you know. I think you need to invest more into team weapons there. So that's sad. And the placements of trucks here for the OKW, just put it a bit further away from your base. Like, you can reinforce further out. If you put it here, it would still be able to heal all this, but then it would heal all around here, and he could just park his league here, and the thing is still within the reinforce range. So, bit of a misplay there. And the free SVT didn't pick it up yet. I think if you pick it up with a engineer, they get an SVT. Not sure on that one, but maybe that's just in case he needs to do a rebuild on a conscript. And obviously the lack of healing for the Brits could have come back horribly to bite them, but the one squad that he does have, he upgraded with the pyrotechnics. So we've got 2 frontline infantry from the Brit, 1 snaring squad that's always at low health. Until this comic came out, that 222 would have just annihilated everything, because this anti-tank gun can be, especially on this side, there's so many sight blockers that you have to get around that a 222 can just annihilate. So that's a wrap on that one. GG to Buns in orbit. And as requested, we'll show after match stats. So here we go. Yeah, you can that's the lack of healing for you. Yeah, it doesn't show you much from these from these KDs. You would have thought that it was a lot quieter of a game than it actually was. 12,000 damage. I think that's the rocket runs just on various things for you. So that's a wrap on that. And yeah, army values are quite close towards the end, because obviously the Axis didn't lose much at all. The only person that really got wiped was yeah, look, 1 conscript, 1 guards. I think that's the most frontline infantry wipes on the